So this is a BMW 228i, a base 2 series with a stock muffler, and this is what it sounds like. I'm just doing some things here so you can calibrate your headphones to my iPhone microphone. So in order to do a muffler delete, my local muffler shop told me to get a tip, an exhaust tip, and so I got this one from Amazon. Although there are many options out there online, it's actually quite difficult finding one that fits perfectly for this car. This is a 3-inch inlet, and you have to make sure it fits in the rear bumper. Embarrassingly, this is actually my second exhaust tip. The first one, although it looked cooler and it wasn't slant cut, which I also regret about the current one, but this one didn't fit. This had a 3.5-inch outlet, but only a 3-inch outlet for the dual tip fits in the rear bumper. So here we go. They got some 3-inch pipe. Here's the muffler. It's actually quite heavy. And now I give them the tip and they try to squeeze it in there. So something my shop did, which was really nice, was they used a level, and they did this for me for $150. It's done. This is what it looks like from the bottom. There's no ground clearance issue, and this is what it sounds like. So I've spent a week with it, only regrets and nasty stares from other drivers, so I think it's time to buy an aftermarket muffler. So I went with this because it's cheap. So the original muffler delete with the tip I bought was already a tight squeeze, so the muffler shop I went to told me that the new aftermarket muffler I bought didn't fit, and they suggested a cylindrical, I believe it's a Honda exhaust. I believe this cylindrical exhaust was just something they had laying around, so I got that and the labor for another $100. editing this video now, the microphone really didn't pick up on the awesome sounds that each of these made, and I really suggest going for the smaller muffler setup that I ended up doing. Even though the cylindrical thing, it looks like a resonator because it's so small, but it really does make a difference to make it quieter. Trust me when I say the full muffler delete is just too loud. It gets kind of annoying after a while, and there's a lot of shutter and unnecessary noises, in my opinion. So I think the sweet spot is that smaller muffler, and it actually sounds amazing. I love driving the car now. I also just wanted to mention that when you remove the muffler, you actually have to unplug something. It's the valved exhaust, I believe, on the stock muffler, but I did not get any error codes or anything without it being plugged in. Also, I mentioned that they put 3-inch piping throughout the entire exhaust system, but a 2.5-inch pipe also works. They just mentioned that out of the engine it comes out 3-inch, so if you wanted that full muffler delete, it would sound better with the 3-inch all the way through. But online, when you're shopping for an exhaust tip, if you find one that's 2.5 inches as an inlet, that's okay, because they told me even if the inlet is 2.5 inches, what they can do is sort of take either the 3-inch pipe and sort of weld it shut so it still works, or they can just do 2.5-inch pipe all the way through into the 2.5-inch inlet exhaust tip. I'll also add that the entire process of cutting off the muffler and installing the new pipe took around 25 minutes, and doing the smaller muffler installation actually only took like 15. I was very fortunate that there were no other customers that day, and I had both of the guys work on my car. Last mention is that this is what my car looks like with a slanted exhaust tip cut. So as you can see, the exhaust tip, the dual exhaust tip, the black ones, sort of stick out at an angle, and it had to be stuck out that far so that the shorter one would clear the rear bumper, so I'm not just pumping fumes back underneath the car. But because of this, I hit my shin on the exhaust tip when I put groceries in the trunk, so that might be something to watch out for when you buy an exhaust tip online.